Namaste, dear viewers. Welcome to Vibes of Divinity, where we explore the profound stories from ancient Indian scriptures, bringing their timeless wisdom into today's world. Today, we unravel one of the most fascinating and mystical tales from the Mahabharata, the miraculous birth of the Kauravas. How did Gandhari, the queen of Hastinapur, give birth to 100 sons and a daughter? This seemingly impossible story is filled with divine interventions, emotional struggles, and thought-provoking lessons. The story begins in the majestic kingdom of Hastinapur, ruled by King Dhritarashtra and Queen Gandhari. Dhritarashtra, though blind from birth, was a powerful and ambitious king. Gandhari, his devoted wife, chose to blindfold herself permanently, pledging to share in his world of darkness as a testament to her loyalty and love. Their love and commitment were admirable, but the couple had one unfulfilled desire: to have children who would continue their legacy. One day, sage Vyasa, a revered sage with divine insight, visited Hastinapur. Gandhari welcomed him with unparalleled devotion and hospitality. Pleased by her service, Vyasa granted her a boon: "You shall bear 100 sons as strong and powerful as your husband." This blessing filled Gandhari with immense joy and hope. However, neither she nor anyone else could fully comprehend the challenges and mysteries that lay ahead. Gandhari's destiny was intertwined with both divine blessings and human trials, setting the stage for a miraculous yet turbulent tale. The promise of 100 sons was a divine blessing, but the path to realizing this promise was fraught with unexpected challenges. Gandhari's joy knew no bounds when she realized she was pregnant. She eagerly awaited the day she would hold her firstborn in her arms. However, months turned into years, and her pregnancy extended well beyond the natural period. For 2 years, Gandhari carried her child, enduring immense physical and emotional strain. What began as joyful anticipation soon turned into anxiety and frustration as time dragged on. During this period, news arrived in Hastinapur that Kunti, the wife of Pandu, had given birth to Yudhishthira, the first Pandav. Hearing this news, Gandhari felt deeply envious and disheartened. She started doubting the divine promise, wondering if it would ever come true or if she had been forsaken altogether. Overwhelmed by her anguish, Gandhari struck her womb in despair. This act, born out of immense pain and frustration, resulted in the emergence of a hardened mass of flesh instead of a living child. Her grief was immeasurable, and the palace was filled with sorrow as her dreams of motherhood seemed shattered. Gandhari's suffering was compounded by feelings of helplessness, and she was consumed by the thought that the divine promise might never come true. However, her story did not end in despair but took a turn toward hope and divine intervention. Hearing of Gandhari's plight, sage Vyasa returned to the palace. His serene presence brought a sense of calm to the distraught queen. "Queen Gandhari," he said, "your grief does not go unnoticed, and the blessing cannot remain unfulfilled. The divine will works in mysterious ways, and you shall be honored." His soothing words infused a sense of hope into Gandhari, who had been drowning in despair. Vyasa reassured her, saying, "What has happened is part of a greater plan." Vyasa then devised a unique and extraordinary solution. He instructed Gandhari and the royal attendants to prepare 100 pots filled with purified ghee, sanctified through sacred rituals. Taking the hardened mass of flesh, Vyasa first purified it by sprinkling cold water and chanting sacred invocations. He then divided the mass into 100 equal portions, with an additional fragment left over. Vyasa explained that this extra portion would result in the birth of a daughter. Through the power of his mantras and rituals, Vyasa placed each portion into the pots, sealing them carefully with sacred symbols. These pots were then stored in a secluded, sanctified chamber, where they would require 2 years of care and protection. This remarkable process combined divine intervention with a methodical approach, hinting at a profound understanding of preservation and transformation. Ancient texts suggest that Vyasa's methods mirrored advanced knowledge, blending spiritual practices with proto-scientific techniques. Could this be seen as an ancient precursor to modern scientific concepts like incubation or cloning? While deeply spiritual, the tale also inspires curiosity about the advanced understanding of biology and metaphysics that might have existed in ancient times. After 2 years, the first pot was opened, and from it emerged a fully formed child, the firstborn of the Kauravas. As soon as he was born, this child began to cry horribly, his cries resembling the braying of a donkey. This unsettling sound filled the air, further amplified by terrifying omens. Jackals howled ominously, violent winds swept across the palace grounds, and the earth trembled. Animals across the kingdom wailed in distress, creating an atmosphere of dread. Despite these alarming events, the child was named Duryodhana, meaning difficult to conquer. An eerie sense of foreboding gripped everyone present, casting a shadow over what should have been a moment of joy. The sages and advisors, including Vidura, interpreted these signs as warnings of future calamity. They urged King Dhritarashtra to abandon the newborn for the greater good of the kingdom, saying, "The omens foretell great destruction. Let go of this child, for you still have 99 sons." But Dhritarashtra, overcome with paternal love, refused. He held Duryodhana close and declared, "This is my son, my firstborn. I will not forsake him." Gandhari, too, remained silent, unable to act against her maternal instincts. Thus, the decision was made to keep the child, despite the ominous signs. Over time, the remaining pots were opened, and 99 more sons were born, along with one daughter, Dushala. Each child was unique, but together, they represented a formidable lineage. Among the notable Kauravas were Dushasana, known for his loyalty to Duryodhana, and Vikaran, who stood out for his sense of justice. The only daughter, Dushala, brought a rare touch of gentleness to the otherwise turbulent family. The youngest son, Yuyutsu, was born later to a servant woman of Dhritarashtra. Though not born from Gandhari, Yuyutsu's presence added complexity to the Kaurava lineage, reflecting the multifaceted nature of royal families. Texts elaborate on the upbringing of the Kauravas, who were trained in warfare, diplomacy, and governance under the tutelage of Dronacharya and Kripacharya. Despite their physical prowess, the Kauravas were deeply influenced by Duryodhana's unchecked ambition, sowing seeds of rivalry with the Pandavas that would later escalate into a catastrophic war. The miraculous birth of the Kauravas was both a blessing and a curse. While they were raised with great care and trained in the art of warfare under Dronacharya, their personalities varied greatly. Duryodhana, the eldest, became the undisputed leader of the Kauravas. His ambition and envy, however, often overshadowed his strength and charisma. Dushasana, his loyal brother, became infamous for his actions in the Mahabharata's most harrowing episodes. Vikaran, on the other hand, earned respect for his fairness, even questioning the unjust acts committed by his brothers. The Kauravas' collective might was undeniable, but their unity often masked underlying tensions. Dhritarashtra's blind indulgence in Duryodhana's ambitions and Gandhari's inability to restrain him sowed the seeds of discord. The rivalry between the Kauravas and the Pandavas, fueled by jealousy and ego, eventually led to the catastrophic Kurukshetra war. As the Bhagavad Gita later reveals, the Mahabharata's conflicts symbolize the eternal struggle between dharma, righteousness, and adharma, unrighteousness. The tale of the Kauravas serves as a cautionary example of the consequences of unchecked ambition, poor governance, and the failure to heed divine warnings. The miraculous birth of the Kauravas is more than just a tale of divine intervention, it is a story rich with lessons about destiny, human choices, and their consequences. Gandhari's devotion earned her a divine boon, but the process of fulfilling it tested her patience and resilience. The ominous signs accompanying Duryodhana's birth served as warnings of the consequences of unchecked ambition and pride. The story also hints at a sophisticated understanding of preservation and transformation in ancient times. The use of ghee-filled pots and sacred mantras can be seen as a blend of spirituality and proto-scientific practices, challenging us to rethink the depth of knowledge in our ancient texts. Moreover, it reminds us of the power of choice in shaping one's destiny. Gandhari and Dhritarashtra's decisions, driven by love but clouded by attachment, ultimately defined the fate of their lineage. As we reflect on this incredible story, we are reminded that blessings, no matter how divine, come with responsibilities. Gandhari's tale teaches us the importance of nurturing gifts with wisdom and humility. The choices made by Dhritarashtra and Gandhari ultimately shaped the destiny of the Kauravas and the kingdom of Hastinapur. The tale serves as a timeless reminder of the delicate balance between destiny and human action. What lessons can we apply to our lives from this narrative? Could the course of history have changed if Gandhari and Dhritarashtra had acted differently? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Vibes of Divinity for more such captivating stories from our ancient scriptures. Until next time, stay curious and stay blessed. Jai Shri Krishna.